What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. Quick note, though, if you are watching this on time, then this upcoming weekend, I will be streaming on Saturday, the 10th of September, not on the Sunday. So just a quick heads up for anybody who's planning to attend. I will not be live Sunday, but we're going to push it up to Saturday, and hopefully we'll have some special guests. All right, well, we are talking about Splinterlands Tower Defense and the official post. I know this came out a couple of days ago, but like I said, I've had family in town and I'm just catching up on a lot of things. And I wanted to dig in to the official post that was posted maybe a couple of hours after the town hall this past Tuesday. So we're going to go through this. Again, I don't want to read it to you, but I do want to cover some of the main topics and then as well try to expand on a couple of things that I'm really excited about when it comes to this game. So first things first, gameplay is going to be an auto battler. You can see from the concept art here, there's a lot of really interesting ways that they're going to go about this. It's going to be PvE, and so as you go along, there will be elements of there'll be ways to progress within the game by beating certain levels, and then more importantly, we're going to get to it later, is earning higher rewards as the waves of enemies gets larger and larger. So within this game, the NFTs are going to be the towers as well as spells. So let's jump over here to the towers, and we got the spells right below them. So when they do their pack sale, which will be live, I believe, on September 20th, so less than 2 weeks from today, when they do the pack sale for this, for the pre-sale, I should say, this is what you'll be buying, right? You're going to be getting towers. I believe there's a total of 25 towers. I think they all have different rarities. And then there will be 25 spells as well. And similar to how Splinterlands, the trading card game works, you can combine these and level them up to get higher level spells and abilities. You can see here that there's a certain level of personality to the game, or a certain personality to the game. Each of the towers is kind of based on, an animal style thing. And then the spells are fun. There's like Cat Rain, Shrink Pill, Help Me Wanda, right? So there's going to be a fun element to this. And where it exists within the lore of Splinterlands itself is that it is a board game, or I guess a board game or some kind of magical game within the Splinterlands itself. So the lore of the game itself, it's like a game within a game. So it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect the larger general lore of what's happening within the Splinterlands with the invasion of the Chaos Legion and, the upcoming Rift Watchers who hopefully will be able to save the day. It is following its own lore of, let's say you're in this world and Chaos Legion's invading, right? Well, you can escape from that for a little bit by playing this game called Splinterlands Tower Defense. So that's kind of where the lore stands with this. Now, there will also be heroes, and these don't come in packs, but it sounds as though they are going to be potential airdrops and used in the future for, very rare NFTs. So for example, with the pre-sale, the only way to get a hero will be to buy 500 packs within the pre-sale. And we're going to get into more of the details of that later on in this post. Now, here is where really the game is sold well for me. Now, again, the concepts are sold well because it does come down to execution, and we do need to see if the team, as well as the Double Coconut team, can bring this to us in the way that they're trying to. And I have a lot of confidence that they will, but there might be mistakes here and there, and we have to allow for the growing pains, and it may not be perfect on the first time around, but for the most part, I think where they're headed and the ideas that they have that they can hopefully implement effectively are going to be awesome. So a lot of this is going to be account bound, or soul bound, as many people are familiar with the term, progression. So SPLTD will introduce the concept of account bound progression, where each account will progress through each level of difficulty using account bound ingredients. So this is the important thing here, because there are other elements outside of the NFTs. It is these ingredients which I guess you can liken somewhat to the reward cards within Splinterlands, except that the rewards cards are not sellable, right? They're not, at least I don't think they're not going to be NFTs. They will be cards or assets that you can use within your own account. So as you progress through the levels, you will earn various ingredients, which can be combined to progress to higher difficulties. This makes the time and effort of playing on a single account more valuable and moves the needle towards the skill level determining progress through the game. So what I love about this already is the fact that you can't come in and just buy a bunch of stuff and go to the top levels of earning, right? The Hardpoint has been very clear about this, and I love it because it's something that is sorely missing from Splinterlands, the trading card game. Although you can't necessarily implement it at this point in time without kind of rearranging everything or redoing the entire game economy. With a brand new game, though, you can make it much more account specific and really give benefits to those who have their one main account that they're playing on. Or maybe you do have two accounts, but it's like Gladius cards. Imagine if there were no rewards cards in Splinterlands and only Gladius cards that you could get for playing the game. That's how it could be, that's kind of where they're going with this direction. So if you want to really get the best stuff within the game, you got to play it. You can't buy it. And I think that's awesome. Now, this aspect, the press your luck for more rewards. This is what I'm kind of like dubbing the deal or no deal style element of the gameplay, which I think could be the best thing for streaming. Right? It's going to be fun when you're playing on your own, but I think the nature of how streaming is, right, where you're very interactive with your audience, at least within the Splinterlands community, you're very interactive with your audience. Well, now all of a sudden it's like, imagine how many people used to watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and who watched Deal or No Deal. They weren't making any money, but they were entertained by watching people try to go for it, right? Try to get something more and make the effort. Well, now you'll be able to do that, but instead of it just being something passive you watch on TV, you can engage and the streamers can engage with you, which I think is going to be awesome for really getting this game out there from a streaming and PR and marketing level, because this is going to be something where, if I were to ask all of my non-crypto friends and family to watch me stream Splinterlands, like playing the game, right? Not like the streams that we do here where it's a lot of discussion, but streaming the game Splinterlands, they'd have no idea what's going on. But tower defense is simple enough. Yeah, sure, they're not going to understand all the different towers and what they need to have, but they can understand the concept of the game where you need to stop all of these minions from making it to this place or destroying you or whatever, and you're setting everything up. And then when you play the game, when they're watching, it's not like, oh, I don't know who's doing what spell and what attack and whatever. Like, sure, again, they're not going to know the specifics of the towers, but they are going to know and see visually how stuff is playing out. And it's just like, oh, okay, that guy made it past that tower and he's starting to do some damage. That's not a good thing, right? Or wow, they cleared this whole level. That's a good thing, right? So people will be able to watch this passively if they just want to be entertained. And then more importantly, when a streamer or a player completes a level, it's just like, well, do I keep going or do I take my money and run? And that's when the interaction, I think, can take it to a whole new level, because now you're not just somebody at home watching on TV. Is this person going to do it or not? You're like, hey, they might run a poll on Twitch, or they might run some kind of like bet, or like, I'm automatically even thinking about gambling, right? Where it's just like, here, if I'm like, let's say I make it to like a very high level. What if all of a sudden I'm just like, all right, if you guys want me to go, right? If you guys want me to risk it all, I want you to put some skin in the game, or I want you to reward me for it in a sense, right? Like put some money where your mouth is. Maybe I'm just like, okay, if people send like, if I can get like 100 DEC from people, right? Something like that, where it's just like, if people send in 100 DEC or 500 DEC, right? Then I will go for it, because even if I lose, you're egging me on. It's stuff like that. And maybe that's not the right way to approach it. Who knows? But I'm just saying there's so many different ways that you can engage your audience when it comes to this. And I am really excited from a streaming standpoint, because I think this could really reach a whole new level of people within the tower defense kind of genre. But then not only that, you can reach a lot of people within the passive game watching genre as well. Or community, I should say. So let's move on from there, because I've talked about that a bunch already. But there will be NFT utility and staking. I don't know when this will be coming in, but the cool part is that there will be at some point interoperability with Splinterlands assets. You'll be able to stake your monsters or summoners or certain cards from Splinterlands into the towers themselves and get some kind of boost from the towers. At least that is our understanding right now. So staked Splinter cards will not be available for sale, rent, or transferred until staked, which will take time. So they'll be stuck there, right? Like you can't play with them, you can't do anything with them. They just stay there. The other thing that I think is really awesome, and I don't know if this is where well, here. So any Splinterlands cards except for compound starter cards can be staked to a tower to give it bonuses, such as improved stats, better ECR recharge rate, and more. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if they've mentioned it here, but the other big shift in this game is that ECR will not be at the account level. It is going to be at the card level, which means you could play for as long as you want, as long as you have the cards to play with. So that to me is already a kind of an improvement on the system that we have. Now, I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know if it, like, here's, and I said this in the video, the 5 biggest takeaways, so I don't want to keep repeating myself, but in case you missed that, you know, I'm not saying that there isn't a fatal flaw in this or that there isn't a flawed design. I'm just saying that this is a different way to approach ECR. And from what I'm seeing so far, I really like this approach because it comes down to card ownership or renting cards, right? So now it's actually going to be really interesting when you go to the market to maybe rent a tower to play with. You got to check and see where that ECR is at, because if they were playing it, there's no such thing as cooldown anymore, right? The cooldown is automatically built into the cards because it's like, okay, do I want to rent this tower for X amount of DEC or whatever it costs? It's at 75% ECR. So I'm, you know, I'll be playing with it at 75% ECR, or I'd have to wait a day or whatever the case is. So, you know what I mean? Like, there'll be a whole other kind of game element and strategy to it that at least I'm hoping that they're going to have when it comes to the market. But I'm really excited about that as well, because it will encourage card ownership, which is something that the Splinterlands game took a while to get to, right? In the past year that I've been here, we only really got there with ranked rewards back in May. Now you can only earn with that, whereas in the future, or not in the future, but in Splinterlands Tower Defense, you can only play with cards, right? And granted, you might be able to play like versions of the game using starter cards, but it might be the same thing where you don't earn, for example. All right, so there's apparently going to be a ton of DEC and voucher utility. So first, DEC and credits will be accepted for payments for the Splinterlands Tower Defense packs. They are going to honor the DEC peg rate, which is 1,000 DEC to $1. All that is pretty basic stuff. Now they're saying, second, we plan to offer ways to recharge the energy of towers, spells, and heroes by spending DEC. Again, vouchers will offer a discount on these purchases. So this is a way where DEC is potentially burned by getting more, by getting or increasing the ECR. Now, we've wanted ECR recharging mechanisms within Splinterlands. We might end up getting that in Splinterlands Tower Defense beforehand. Let's see. Third, a new ingredient store will offer a small and time-limited offer of ingredients that you can purchase via DEC with voucher discounts. So this allows you to utilize DEC and vouchers to move your progression forward. The amount and availability of ingredients for sale will be limited in each rotation, with the majority earned through gameplay. So this is a really cool element. If you've ever played any of these games that have like skins or whatever, Fortnite is the best example I can come up with, where there's a rotating store every day that offers you ingredients. Now, these ingredients, again, are account bound. They're not NFTs. So when you buy them, you are essentially burning DEC and potentially vouchers if you want to get the discount. On top of that, you need to play to earn these, right? You need to play to level up and progress your account. So these are not always going to be available. If it's a rotating store, and I don't know how many ingredients there are going to be, but imagine like there's only a couple every day. And if they have at least a dozen ingredients, right? That means you can come in and sure, if you plan it out on the right day and you got a ton of DEC, you're going to go through and buy everything out, right? But for the most part, if you can, or at least from what they want, is that they want you playing this to get all the ingredients that you need overall. Maybe these ingredients are going to be super expensive, right? Whereas playing the actual game will allow you to earn them somewhat, not passively, but earn them somewhat organically. Okay, so now, token distribution and earning. So SPL will introduce a new SPS reward pool, distributing 1 million SPS per month. To earn from this pool, players must stake SPS. That's a huge part. Additionally, the higher the player's level, the more rewards they are entitled to. But at these higher levels, they must also stake more SPS in order to unlock maximum rewards. Now, this is awesome, but it's also very vague because we have no idea what this even looks like. We have no idea what rewards will look like. 1 million SPS per month is roughly what? At 6 cents, it's like 60 grand. So it's not terrible, obviously, but it's also wait, is that 60 grand? Yeah, 6 cents. Yep. If my math is wrong, please let me know. But that I don't feel like busting out the calculator right now. So 60 cents. So there is going to be some significant money coming in with this, and or at least play to earn elements. And then here's where they talk about the ECR rate. So we can kind of skip that. Now, pack sale. In case you missed it, packs are going to be $8. Outrageous, in my opinion. I think that's a lot. But it is what it is. You can essentially buy the packs for, at this point in time, less than $5, though. Why or how? Well, it's because you can get a $3 discount with vouchers. And if you buy DEC while DEC is below its peg, which right now it's like only at 2/3 its peg, it's like a 33% discount, you can get the packs for significantly lower than $8. It's not half off yet, but let's say, what is it? So DEC is half its peg. So 5 divided by, what is that? Oh, now I need to bust out the calculator. If it's 5,000 DEC times 0.66. All right, so 3,300 DEC, which is times 0.00066. So $2.17 plus the $1 voucher. So is this right? No, I'm not. I'm not doing something right here. So you can get, 5,000 DEC. Wait, right now, you can get it for a heck of a lot cheaper. Because 5,000 DEC times 0.00066. No, I'm sorry. It's $3.3 plus the $1 for vouchers currently. So it's $4.3. But again, it's like half off, an inflated price in my opinion, but still, nonetheless, this is how much packs are going for. So if you want to get them, you can get them and make use of the DEC discount right now. So the pre-sale is going to be the total of this first edition, which they're not calling alpha, that's just first edition, there's going to be 2 million packs total, of which 250,000 are going to be pre-sale or allocated for pre-sale, and these go live on September 20th. So literally less than 2 weeks from today. So each pack purchased in the pre-sale will also require a voucher. The voucher tokens are exclusive to the Splinterlands and holders of the node license. The net cost of pre-sale packs with vouchers will be $5. So they are requiring vouchers in this pre-sale, although in the future you won't need to. You can go in with 8,000 DEC. So special to the pre-sale, as I mentioned, there's the airdrop of that first promo hero playable in the game. The promo hero will be exclusive to the pre-sale. We knew that already. Every pack has a 0.2% chance to receive the promo hero. So all purchasers of at least 500 packs will have the following benefits. They will get a guaranteed promo hero. They will get a limited edition title, which could be pretty cool, limited edition avatar as well, and then closed beta access. And it looks like the game is going to follow Splinterlands, the trading card game, in many ways with these ongoing airdrops. So, for example, with the pre-sale, you get the promo hero, but it sounds like there's going to be 2 towers and a spell that will be released as well for pack sale buyers in the general sale. So similar to how, like, once they reach 750,000 packs, that unlocks the tower airdrop, then 1.25 million, that's the spell, and then you can see it from there. Now let's just go over the roadmap here. End of 2022, early 23 is where the roadmap begins. So understand the timeline before you get into this. The pack sales are happening in September, and then there's going to be a whole quarter of Q4 where we're probably not going to get much. Maybe closed beta launch if they can swing that in December. But, again, we don't really know at this point in time. So closed beta launch with deck builder and gameplay. Card marketplace they're hoping to get by the end of 2022 or early 2023. And then obviously the pack openings will happen at some point later this year or early next year. Now, Q1 is when the game is supposed to go live, or at least the beta launch of the game will go live, along with the different difficulty levels and crypto rewards. They're hoping to have synergy by staking. I guess they are going to try to have synergies by staking Splinterlands cards at that point. You'll be able to level up your cards then, and hopefully they'll have a card market rental system available, which I think needs to be implemented. It doesn't need to be, but it'd be great if it's implemented at the launch of the game. Having the market there, I think, would be great for having people come in and just test it out, right? Rather than having to go in and buy the packs or buy cards themselves. Q2, they have tuning, testing, and tweaking, new promotional heroes, tower cosmetics, events and expansions with new fiends, bosses, towers, and spells. So Q2 next year could be really exciting. They're also planning to do tournaments and leaderboards with rewards. So this is going to expand the earnings in the game. It's going to expand the competitive nature of it, because keep in mind, it is PvE, but if they can make it competitive in certain ways, I think that's going to be great. And then Q3 of next year, so about a year from now, is when they're hoping to get PvP style competitions. They want to get guilds with co-ops and benefits. I wonder if there'll be a transferability of, like, your guild in Splinterlands to also be a guild in Tower Defense, but I doubt it, because not everybody's going to be playing both games. Larger tournaments and mega events, and this is what was passed over. And I don't want to steal I don't want to steal. I don't want to steal Hardpoint's thunder. Let me just put it this way. This is probably one of the things I'm most excited about. But again, this is a year plus out on the roadmap, in my opinion. User-generated maps and levels with rewards. Now, again, I just want to be careful with this because I've heard Hardpoint speak about this internally with the team, and he's gotten super excited about it. He obviously didn't get much of a chance to get this far out into the roadmap. What I will say, or what I feel I can say, is that this is probably one of the most exciting elements to me later on down the line. User-generated maps and levels with rewards. Because if people can go in and start designing their own levels, right? Go in, you design your own levels. Think of like the Minecraft crowd, the Fortnite sandbox crowd, like all these games where people can just go in and create something. And if yours is popular and potentially gets added, or it gets used in like a custom map area, this is what it's talking about, where there's user-generated maps and levels with rewards, where you could be rewarded for creating something, right? It's creating something awesome. And it's not just part of the it's not just part of the game. It's part of like this broader ecosystem that could exist. And so now you're getting people coming in who are really good at designing levels, right? And they're spending their time now to make the game a better experience. Not the official game, but the custom sandbox version of the game that's open to users. And so if you're somebody who can do that, you can go in. There could be rewards involved. There could be payouts involved. We don't know any of the details yet. Again, just speaking very, very far into the future and hypothetically. But this is what gets me excited. I know it gets Hardpoint excited too, because I've heard him talk much more in depth about this. And as soon as he mentioned this, I was really sold on where this game could go in the future. Because now think about the people who spend so much time in these sandboxes that do it for donations, right? Or do it because they're maybe top streamers or something. So they're getting revenue from somewhere else. Well, now if you allow this thing to kind of grow and have it be part of the economy, and I don't know how any of that's going to get implemented, but I know that the team is thinking through these things. That is huge, 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 huge in my opinion. But again, year plus out at this point. So I am excited about tower defense. I've said this in the live stream. I'm not going to FOMO into the pack sale, at least not now. I may change my mind in 12 days. Who knows? But at this point in time, I don't want to FOMO into the pack sale because I like the idea of assets being able to work for me passively in the meantime. So whether that's cards within Chaos Legion or Rift Watchers now that I can either play with, right, to earn, or I can rent out to earn, or buying into nodes or buying into other assets, it just doesn't seem like the best place to allocate. That being said, I still do plan on buying some packs. Maybe at least 50 is what I can commit myself to at this point in time. But 500 is a little steep of capital to tie up. But again, pre-sales are a whales game. So, hopefully the whales out there will do us good and can get this game, funded appropriately. So the only other thing that I'll call out here is they said the packs will remain available for sale until July 1st, 2023, at which time any remaining unsold packs will be removed from sale. I don't know if that means they'll be burned or maybe they'll just be given out as rewards. Who knows? But that's an interesting thing to me where it's just there's a time frame for this where they will no longer be available, because it'd be interesting if something like that was like pre-announced for Rift Watcher. For Rift Watchers actually, but I was going to say Chaos Legion. But now, more importantly, what if it's announced for something like Rebellion, where it's just like, you know what? After 9 months or 12 months or whatever, there's just going to be no more packs left. And we're just going to take them. We're going to burn them. Maybe people would be happy. Who knows? But that's the point, right? Like, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. But that is all I have for you on tower defense. Again, this video ended up being a lot longer. But if you cannot tell, I'm very excited about the game itself. Obviously, I'm trying to be as transparent with you as possible in terms of how much I plan on buying in initially. But that's really, it's only small because I want to allocate capital more effectively, in my opinion. When the game comes out, I would rather allocate the $2,500, whatever it costs to buy, the packs here, 500 packs. I would rather put that $2,500 to work for me doing something else right now, safely, right? You can put into the DEC LPs, you can put it into HBD, whatever. I would rather have it doing something. And then when the game actually comes out, then I'll spend that $2,500. And hopefully by that point, it'll be a little bit bigger. But don't tell me that spending $2,500 on a brand new game won't be enough, right? I feel like I can probably spend way less than $2,500 in January or February or March, whenever this comes out. Now, I'm not trying to dissuade you, because there are definitely good things. And who knows, maybe if the community feedback is similar to mine, they might try to sweeten the deal with some other things, right, over time. So that could be the case. And let's say the pack sales go like really fast. Let's say they start working through the 2 million. I might miss out on the pre-sale, but if all of a sudden there's like, 100,000 packs left, I might be like, okay, I want some, right? There's clearly an appetite for this game. So a lot of my opinions are going to evolve over time. And if I contradict myself between videos, that's exactly why, because I'm human and I get caught up with FOMO and changing my mind and all that. But as of now, this is kind of where I stand. I'm excited about the game, but I'm going to wait until it comes out. That's all I have. Have an amazing rest of your day. We'll catch you all in the next video and we'll see you around the game. Take care.